Hello, guys. Welcome back to another episode of Scrotitis Plays Feed the Beast. How you guys doing today? You might notice that we're missing some machinery here. We're a little light on what we had, and we've got a whole bunch of cobble on the ground over here. Well, yeah, we have our barrels moved, and our chests are a little bit cattywampus from what they were. Reason for that is we have been visited by not one, but two creeper attacks while off screen. That has led me to want to go and harvest these berries, sky berries. They help us jump higher and grow healthier. Not really grow healthier, but we jump higher. Let me show you here real quick. You know what? I think it just gives us 1.5 jump boost instead of one, but that's pretty useless. So anyway, that has led me to want to build our storage and processing facility. All right. One thing I want to play with some today are these aerial faith plates. They're from the Portal mod, I believe, and I actually have one set up here I was testing. These things are awesome. Okay. You can set how high and how far you want them to be powered. Now, I don't know what the units actually relate to. 2.66 isn't like the amount of blocks or whatever, but you can set the horizontal power, the vertical power, and then whether it requires redstone or not. So you see the yellow means that it needs redstone signal. We have it set up here for this button to give it redstone. So if we stand on it and push the button, we get shot across over to our other platform, which is pretty awesome. I think we're going to take advantage of those, use them a lot in different places. I really like them. Super cool. And it's like quick, easy, fast travel. So we made some improvements to our wall, one being a blast furnace. We got it put in, guys. Pretty exciting. I also did this sort of wraparound staircase. I got to clean it up a bit still. But what this does is give us easy access and sort of a smooth transition from our walkway to get over to our coal coke platform. So that's a cool bonus. We got that working hard here. We got lots of coal coke going. And I think since we have some of that and we have the steel, I'd like to jump down, steal a few minutes from you guys, and show you what I want to do in terms of power with our boiler power plant. All right, so this is actually where our storage facility is going to be. I've had plans to put it here from the beginning, but I want to also allow it to process things. I love the shape and the natural opening, so I want to try to conserve as much of that as possible and maybe do different layers or levels for processing. So we're going to have this walkway come in here and do a level right even, and then I'm thinking maybe one above it, and if there's room, we'll try to sneak one below it too. And that poor sheep, he has been here since we started the server. It's only a couple episodes in, but he hasn't moved, and he's probably not going to. So let me show you right here. We have redstone conduit, and this is actually coming over. Spoiler alert, guys, if you didn't see it already, it's coming over from our boiler power plant, which is just in its early stages, its infancy, if you will. But we're going to go up here, and we're going to upgrade it a little bit. All right. First thing you may notice, we've got engines on this side. Let me get to this change first. I moved this water tank. This is going to be used for the combustion engines. I moved it over to the other side. I moved the redstone engine and the lever so that we could have two separate levers. Not that I prefer that, but I kind of had to go with that setup to make room for the liquid duct instead of having the waterproof piping, because I got industrial steam engines. That's right. With the blast furnace, we have steel, which means that we can make these guys more power. Always a bonus. So we've got the commercial one still set up on the other side. We've got the industrial on this side. And the liquid duct feeding both sides of that. So the only problem now is we still have these low pressure boiler parts. But like I said, we have we have steel. So with steel means we have high pressure. So that's what we're going to put down now. We made 18 of these, which is just enough to replicate what we had prior. You can go, I believe, with this base, this 3x3 base, you can go one higher. But for right now, we're just going to leave it at that. Pretty cool. We didn't lose the water that was stored in there. We're going to start firing up with this cold coke we got in here. And just wait for that temperature to start building up. And we'll see how this performs in contrast to our prior setup. We've got 2 redstone energy cells to collect what comes off of both sides of the rows. And then from underneath here, we have these connected and outputting. And I wanted to do that. That was on purpose. We have these connected and they're running down over to our processing facility. Good stuff. All right, so we are ready to get to work here. We've got this curling path, and what happened? Holy cow, we've got a lot of work that's been done here. Wow. Actually, guys, I wanted to take care of this off camera. I winged it, basically. I messed around with what I wanted to put where and the size of these platforms, and actually it turned out really well. I want to do stairs along this wall, up this level and up to our 3rd level. So we actually got the plans exactly how we wanted them. And this top is actually the setup for our ender chest from our mining, from our quarry turtles. And when we get enough diamonds, we'll actually have a legitimate quarry setup as well. And this will work twofold for that. But this is the setup we're going with. Right now we just got a bunch of junk in there. But what we're doing is we've got it set up to automatically feed out of the ender chest as items go in. And you can see it turns on the redstone engines and pumps out of the gold chest below. Pretty cool stuff, right? We're using actually a vanilla Minecraft item hopper now that we have 1.5, the Minecraft 1.5 update. So let me show you how this is working here. We got a comparator saying, okay, if there's something in this hopper, we want to send a signal into this block. This block has a torch, which then inverts the signal up into that torch. And these redstone dust powers both the block and the lamps above it. Pretty simple wiring setup, but nonetheless, it's very efficient. And I think I went a little too far. Yep. We want the level above, which is going to be our sort of processing level. We're going to have tons and tons of pulverizers on this level. Or 3 or 4. I don't know. But the idea here with the 2 pipes coming down is just to sort of generate extra to try and speed up the pace that things are pulled out of the gold chest above. And then I want to have pulverizers to make dust out of all the ores that we pass through. Yeah, I think that's what we want to do. I'm not going to build it, if you guys don't mind, on camera. I want to do a lot of the building myself because there's going to be a lot of trial and error. Even just getting the circles where I did was a lot of trial and error. So let's sneak over here and take a gander from a distance what we got so far. I'm actually really pleased with the way it turned out. Close that up and whammo. Looks cool. All right, so we've spent a lot of time. It's actually been a few days since my last recording here. We got a lot of work done. Had to harvest a lot of different items, and that's what it looks like from a distance. It looks really cool. We've still got a lot of work to do. This episode's taken me way longer to record than I'd planned. But I think you can kind of see I'm kind of theming each level. The top is a red, and then we've got blue in the second, and then I'm still wrestling with what we want to do on that 3rd level. But let's get over there and take a peek at what we got going. Take our little trip. We're going to be planting some nether trees on that hillside, if you can't tell the blue sapling there, and the ghost wood up on the hill. We got those in our last episode, the Nether Unleashed. We also got some of these berries, which I think are awesome. Dusk berries. So they give night vision, and I realized that if you eat a whole bunch of them, it stacks the buff. The only downside, it gives you that slight blindness right from the beginning. But here, you know what? Let me show you one of the benefits of night vision. It's not just used for seeing at night without light. You can actually see underwater extremely clearly. This is actually what I've been using it for mostly, is for this diving if there's resources, or I've actually been digging down and doing some snooping, if you will. But I've been using the duskberries for that. So I wanted to show you those. I think they're awesome. I'm going to keep those bushes in some variety somewhere. So let's look at our layout. We've got things a little bit more polished up here. We've got a border around the outside. We've got stairs. And here's our power supply coming into a redstone energy cell right there. We've got tons of power built up. We've got magma crucible and our liquid transposers hooked up. I think that's going to be their permanent spot, which is nice to have those sort of in place and hooked up to power without having to swap them in and out. We then bring that power up here to this level through this little faux half wall and into our wall of pulverizers. And that was a bit much, I know. Well, here's our sorting. We've got all the ores that can be pulverized are going to be coming down through that diamond pipe and into the top of each one of those hoppers. We're then going to send through this green one. We want to send dirt, sand, gravel, cobble. They are then going to come into, well, actually, just the cobble is going to come into these, and we're going to make sand because you need sand for sandstone building, which is awesome. You need sand for glass, which is very important. So it's a lot easier just to make it instead of harvesting or digging our sand. So we're going to use cobble for that. And this may be changing. I'm not sure yet. We've got a lot of work to do with the sorting. Let me show you here. Each pulverizer has two outputs for the main and the secondary pulverized dust. Everything flows down to this corner thanks to the iron pipes. And then we've got our drop or pipe that goes down with a little boost of a gold transport pipe. And that's going to go down to our storage level. Up here, we did some finishing touches. Still got a bunch of crap in there. That looks a little bit better for our test. We've got all the ores up on top of there. Let me go ahead and throw something in here. Here we go. Lights are on. Engines are pumping. Should be good to see a little bit of progress. Let's take a step back. I love the way that looks. I think that red really, really pops. Interesting recipe to make that. It's smooth sandstone blocks and zombie flesh. Interesting, right? So we've got the, what did we do? Copper ore coming down, and it's going into the diamond sorting pipe. And it's saying, all right, go this way and go into those hoppers. We want to make some copper. Oh, you know what? I think we need to speed that process up a little bit. There we go. Kicked it up a notch. Let's grab that real quick. All right, and then you can see there we've got our output, and we actually saw the secondary output, which was the gold dust as well as the copper dust. So everything's working as well as I had planned. Up here now, if we jump up, you know what? I'm probably going to have to hook up a lever to that to those redstone engines. I just realized that it's going to pump through that hopper quicker than it's going to get out of that redstone chest if those engines aren't humming. Yeah, we're probably going to have to put a lever to ensure that we clear them. Oh, excuse me. To ensure that we clear the contents of that gold chest. Probably one of these two blocks will have a lever on it. I don't know. We'll have to see what works. Yeah, see, that's not going to cut it. That only passed probably a quarter of that stack down. So, yeah, nothing built up in the hoppers. Yeah. All right, we got a little bit of work to do, but that's no big deal. That's why we're testing things out, right? You got to test the system to see what improvements we can make so that it is the most efficient that we can come up with. So down here on the third level then, this is what I want to do as a storage level. I'm going to have combination of storage for both chest and barrels, I think. And I haven't decided what color I want to do this level. Don't want to leave it stone. I want to do something similar to this level with the dark wood. Really like the way that turned out. I think the All right, so we've got a recycler over here, but all of our chest and our barrels are missing. Well, that is interesting. I wonder if we had another creeper attack. Or I wonder if we got further along on our storage and processing center. Let's take our aerial faith play. Whoa! I love those things. That just doesn't get old for me. But, yeah, guys, check it out. This level looks pretty much the same, but if you can peek down below there, we've got a whole mess of chest. Let's walk through and show you the work we've done. We got the lever put in so that is now triggered by the hopper items or by manually turning on and on. We finished this wall as well. We just sort of mimicked the pattern from that wall. Same size, so it looks awesome. Let's take a little stand back here. Oh, yeah. We put these lights in the corners, which I think are really cool. Glowstone illuminators or something like that. It's part of the thermal expansion pack. This level didn't change much except for the fact that we figured out how to filter out the cobbled dirt, gravel, and sand. That's all going that green path, right? But what about everything else that's mined? Well, my friends, we put this black filter is the one that comes down. This is the everything else pipe. And that's just feeding right into the output that'll go directly down through the storage line then. It's going to feed right into there and down to our chest. So that was actually a pretty easy fix, and I don't think it looks too bad. It just sticks out a little bit, but I think it'll look real good when it's actually running too, and you see all the ores and gems and things running through it. So if we walk this way, we did get rid of the one pipe, and we moved our sorter down a little bit closer. We've got our dirt, gravel, and sand going straight down here, and then we've got our cobble split up between two. One that goes into these to be pulverized and turned into sand, and then the other one that comes down over here, which will feed into our cobble storage on the third level. And that's what we've got here, guys. We've got all of our barrels over here. We've got gravel, sand, and dirt. Those are all set up to be, there's a pipe down here that will get dirt. And those are set up with the hoppers so that it automatically feeds basically a double barrel storage, which I think that's what we should call it, double barrel storage, like a shotgun. And then we've got the cobble set up over here. So lots of room there, and we've got our wall of chest over here. Eventually, I'd like to have all diamond chest, but I don't know how realistic that will be. We've got our diamond sorting pipes here, and this is for everything that is pulverized, comes down into these first set of chest, hits the hopper, and comes down into the front one. Simple enough. The second one, let me sort that. Get a little bit better idea of what we got going on. More gold than I thought we had, too, which is awesome. So the second set of chest is not connected to the system because we've got iron transport pipes. So those are just basically for me to put whatever junk I want, and they're separate from each other, no hoppers involved. This is going to be our precious gems and other things that can't be pulverized from mining, sort of sorting box. These two chests are connected, as you can see with the hopper setup, the same as before. And then we have another one that skips with the iron, and this is just sort of our overflow. We're going to throw a hopper back there. All right. So we've done a little bit more work here, and we still got our setup with the magma crucible and the liquid transposer. We also threw in an induction smelter. Over here, we've got a powered furnace, and I'd like to match that with one and maybe two more, so we have 3 of those for use. Integrated the fuse wood planks for the walls and put those little hidden crafting benches in there, which I think is pretty cool. We've got our piping all worked out. This is still set up the same, but I moved that pipe that fed directly down with the dirt because it had gravel and sand in it as well. It now feeds into this center line. And the cobble is still all the same. So that's that level, I'm thinking about getting some sort of launcher pad over to the power level. I think that would be awesome, maybe from here. But I think that's pretty much the the sorting and storage area, guys. What do you think? I love it. It's color coded. Each level sort of has a function. It's not completely finished. I still have to do the border, the surrounding walls here, the outside, and I need to put some sort of roof because mobs are dropping down off the mountaintop. But it's pretty awesome, and our sheep has made it through the duration of this build on the cliff still. So we may. Oop, don't want to shoot him. So yeah, there's our oil rig out in the distance. We're going to be doing something with that real soon in the upcoming episodes. I don't know if it's going to be the next one, but definitely soon. We want to have a railway that's going to come maybe down this way over onto that island and then up to our power level because it's got to deliver our oil, remember? Or maybe come out past that island. I don't know what we're going to do. It's going to be fun. It's going to be interesting. We're going to investigate a lot of cool things. So I want you guys to stay tuned and check it out. It's going to be lots of fun. This has been Scrotitus Plays Feed the Beast, and I will check you guys all in the next episode. We will see ya.